Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital spoilers. Jason reacts to John's outrageous demand. Agent Kate's forces shocker. General Hospital. DHS spoilers reveal that Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, will have a new problem on his hands, thanks to John Jagger Cates, Adam J. Harrington. Of course, John has been nothing but trouble for Jason ever since he forced him into this FBI informant situation. John may remind Jason of the leverage against Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, once again during the week of June 10 to 14. That's when John will deliver a new demand, and it should be one that Jason finds rather outrageous. John didn't arrest Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Benard, after the attack on the coffee warehouse, but he gloated about Sonny's imminent downfall and seemed pleased that Jason would play a role in making it happen. Perhaps John will push Jason to collect some sort of proof against Sonny and put Jason in a tight spot. Jason knows Sonny is innocent in that warehouse attack, but he can't exactly come clean about what he's learned without spilling more than Anna Devine, Finola Hughes, wants to spill right now. Thanks to that burner phone call, Anna realizes Valentin Cassadine, James Patrick Stewart, is running Pikeman while Jack Brennan, Charles Mashore, is locked up. Anna also knows Valentin is the one behind the hit on Jason, but she's not ready to divulge any of that news to John without hard evidence of Valentin's guilt. On Friday's GEH Cliffhanger episode, June 14, Anna will accept Valentin's invite, so she seems poised to search his house for proof like she told Jason that she would. Meanwhile, John will try to back Jason into another corner with his latest demand, so we'll see if that involves Sonny's takedown or maybe even Anna's. After all, John has been growing suspicious of Anna's connections and has considered the possibility that Anna herself might be in charge of Pikeman. Maybe it'll be Anna who Jason is tasked with scoring evidence on instead. Whatever the case, Jason knows Anna's hands are clean and may be tempted to rat out Valentin sooner than she anticipates. General Hospital spoilers say John will put plenty of pressure on Jason, so stick with us for more predictions on all the drama and any strategy updates Jason might make. In the bustling corridors of General Hospital, the air buzzed with an intensity that was palpable. Nurses scurried from room to room, doctors huddled in intense discussions, and patients whispered about the latest drama unfolding within the hospital's walls. Yet, amidst the usual chaos, a storm was brewing that promised to shake Port Charles to its core. Jason Morgan, the hospital's stoic enforcer with a heart of gold, stood by the window in the waiting area, his blue eyes piercing through the glass as he tried to make sense of the recent events. His rugged face was a mask of controlled fury, and his fists clenched at his sides as he replayed the earlier confrontation in his mind. John Zacchara, the enigmatic and unpredictable heir to the Zacchara crime family, had just stormed into the hospital with an outrageous demand that sent shockwaves through Jason's usually unshakable demeanor. John's request was simple yet unfathomable. He wanted Jason to help him locate a missing person who was crucial to the Zacchara family's latest schemes. But it wasn't just any missing person. It was someone from Jason's past, someone he had vowed to protect at all costs. As Jason stood there, grappling with the impossible choice laid before him, he felt a presence behind him. He turned to see Agent Cates, a no-nonsense federal agent with a reputation for being both relentless and incorruptible. Cates' arrival in Port Charles had been a game-changer, and his involvement in local matters always signaled that something significant was at stake. "Jason," Cates began, his voice steady and authoritative. "We need to talk." Jason's eyes narrowed. "If this is about John Zacchara, I have nothing to say." Cates shook his head, a hint of a smile playing at his lips. "It's not just about John. It's about the bigger picture." You see, John's outrageous demand isn't just a personal vendetta. It's part of something much larger. Jason's curiosity was piqued, but he didn't let it show. What do you mean? Cates leaned in, his voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. There's a new player in town, someone who's been pulling the strings from the shadows. They've been using the Zakara family as pawns in their game. And John's demand, it's a test. A way to see how far you're willing to go to protect the people you care about. Jason's mind raced. A new player? Someone powerful enough to manipulate the Zakara family? The implications were staggering. He knew he couldn't ignore this. Who is this new player? Cates sighed, his expression grim. We don't know yet, but we have a lead. And that's where you come in. Jason's eyes widened. You want me to help you find them? Cates nodded. Exactly. We need someone with your skills, your connections. Someone who can navigate the underworld of Port Charles without raising suspicion. Jason's mind was a whirlwind of thoughts. He knew he had to make a decision, and fast. But there was one thing he needed to know first. What happens if I refuse? Cates' eyes hardened. Then John's demand will be the least of your worries. This new player won't stop until they get what they want. And if they have to go through you to do it, they will. Jason took a deep breath, his resolve hardening. He knew what he had to do. Fine. I'll help you. But on one condition. Cates raised an eyebrow. And what's that? I want full control. No interference from the feds. If I'm going to do this, I'm doing it my way. Cates considered this for a moment before nodding. Deal. But remember, Jason, we're on the same side here. We both want to protect the people we care about. With that, Cates turned and walked away, leaving Jason to ponder the monumental task ahead. He knew that the road ahead would be fraught with danger, but he also knew that he couldn't back down. Not now, not when so much was at stake. As Jason prepared to dive headfirst into this new mission, he couldn't shake the feeling that this was just the beginning. The beginning of a battle that would test his limits, challenge his loyalties, and force him to confront the darkest corners of his past. But he was ready. Ready to face whatever came his way, and to protect those he loved, no matter the cost. In the days that followed, Jason moved with the precision and stealth of a shadow. He gathered information, pieced together clues, and followed leads that took him deep into the heart of Port Charles' criminal underworld. Every step brought him closer to the truth, but also closer to danger. The new player was always one step ahead, leaving a trail of chaos and destruction in their wake. But Jason was relentless. He couldn't afford to be anything less. With each passing day, the stakes grew higher, the risks greater. Yet he pressed on, driven by a determination that burned within him like a fire. He would uncover the truth, expose the new player, and bring an end to their reign of terror. And as the final pieces of the puzzle fell into place, Jason realized that the fight was far from over. The battle had just begun, and he was ready to face it head-on. For Port Charles, for those he loved, and for the future he believed in, Jason Morgan would stand strong, no matter the odds.